What's good, Glam Gang? Welcome back. My name is Tehja Avani, and today is part 2 of this Cardi B up transformation. Today we'll be completing the bra and then also doing the choker. So if you would like to know how to make your own Cardi B up costume, or just watch me and my trials and tribulations of doing and making and recreating this outfit, please keep on watching to the end of this video, and also stay tuned for part 3 tomorrow. All right, let's get on to it. Just move up out the way and get my toes out of the frame because no one wants to see toes. So this is my pattern for my choker. It's just a rectangle. It's the length of my choker, which is about, or circumference technically, of my choker, which is 12 inches by double the width of what I want the choker to be, which I think is 4 inches. It could have been 6 inches if I wanted more of a gather, but listen, I was tired of testing crap out. I just decided to go with 4, so double the amount. But the lesson I learned is please go with your first idea, instinct, intention, because it's usually the right one. So anyway, what I'm just going to do is fold it in half, but having the right side face upward. Okay, like this, so you can see the actual velvet side. I think I'm going to sew all the way around, kind of the reverse way of how we did the tabs, but just on the right side of the fabric, because we'll hide the seams and stuff like that as we attach the grommet panel and the closure. So I'm just going to sew all the way around just to have everything stay the way that it's supposed to stay, so that we can put the gather in the middle of the choker. Okay, so once we've done that, or once I've done that, because I'm the one sewing, I'm going to just fold it in half to find the midpoint, because that's where we need to gather. So I fold it in half. I'm putting a pin there. I'm going to start at the top and go all the way down, just one tiny straight stitch. Of course, with the gathering stitch, it has to be the largest setting, and also with the little seam that we have here from the stitches, stop your gathering stitch right before that point, or where the stitches are on the choker, because the gathers won't work when you go over a stitch. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. And also I might add a couple of gathering stitches here and here, and then I'll see what I want to do with it after I gather the center, but the center is most important. So let's go and do that right now. Okay, I made another dimension mistake. And so I thought, because I folded it in half, I have less to ruche. So I'm just going to ruche it down a little bit, because it is a little bit bigger than what I wanted the ruches to be. So I'm just going to ruche it down like a tad bit. It's not going to be anything too crazy. And it's not any particular dimension. It's just until I like the look of it. Yeah, that pretty much sucks. So I might put one more stitch right here just to make it a little bit more ruffly, but it sucks butt, and I'm probably just going to just put another stitch here and here in the middle, just to make it a little bit ruchier. But I am disappointed like AF. I went and did 2 extra stitches, and then I just ruched it even more just to really give that effect. So what I'm gonna do now, I will probably make another video to have you guys like up close and personal with how I do it, but I'm just going to take a needle and I'm going to take the top stitch, because you know, as you sew, there's the bobbin thread and then the top thread. And so I'm taking the top thread and I'm going to thread the needle through, thread the needle with the top thread. There we go. And then once you thread it with the top thread, then I'm just going to pull the needle through the front into the back, so that both threads, the bobbin thread and the top thread, are in the back. All right, take the needle off, then flip to the back, and then I'm just going to tie the bobbin thread and the top thread together. like that. I did all the threads, and this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now, just to ensure the strength of the choker and the ruffle, because this will be holding up the actual bra, I'm going to place do a smaller stitch on either side of the ruching, just to ensure that it stays in place and that it's strong enough to withstand all that weight. Because for me, I got a little bit extra on my chest, so I gotta make sure that it can actually hold my tetas up. This is how the choker came out. It looks really, really, really good. Can y'all focus? Okay. Yeah, it looks really, really, really good. I'm happy with the way it looks. It's different from the original, but it is very, very pretty. So now we'll work on the grommet panels that go at the bottom of the choker, and that's how the bra is actually held up. So this piece of fabric that I cut out is the same length of my neck, with circumference of my neck, and then I have to measure to see how wide it is, because I completely forgot. It's almost 3 inches wide. I don't know why it's a little bit less than that, but it's cool. It's whatever. So anyway, what I'm going to do is do the same thing that we did for the tabs, the closure for the bra, is I'm going to flip it over and then add interfacing on half of the fabric, because we need that stability for the grommets to properly be there and properly work. So I'm going to go and do that real quick. Y'all saw me put on the interfacing for a couple of things, so I'm just going to do that and come back. Okay, I brought back my choker and then I put the interfacing on, and so now I'm going to fold this in half as best as I can. I always try to do it in half. I always face problems and issues and problems. And I'm just pinning it, and then I'm just gonna iron it once again, just to make sure that all that bubbling doing because of the interfacing can be just like melted down. So after we've done that, if you want to sew it the way that we did the choker, just like do a box around, you can. But I'm just gonna be lazy and also not do that. So once I find my choker, I have no idea where I put it. So this is the right side of the choker, and so I'm just going to place it on the edge of raw edge to raw, well, not raw edge to raw edge, but the edge, raw edge, yeah, actually raw edge of the choker to the raw edge of the grommet. What do I call it? Grommet what? I don't even know what the fuck I call it. I call it? It's something, so panel, right? Grommet panel.
I have no idea.
I don't know what I call it.
This one, baby.
Listen, I'm hungry and this is day 4. I just can't right now. Anyway, so align the grommet panel. We're just gonna go with that to the choker, raw edge to raw edge, and pin it together. So I'm gonna take the pins that I used on just the grommet panel itself and put it on top of the choker situation. I'll probably go this way. And so I'm just going to pin the center, and then I'm going to pin each end here and here, and I'm going to stretch the choker as we sew, or as I sew, because the choker did shrink a little bit in size, and the grommet panel and the choker are the same size. So once we do this part, then the choker's almost done. We just have to put the closure on, which is the same exact way of the whatchamacallit, as the bra. So it should look like this, and then like I said, we'll just sew across and stretch the choker as you sew along. Not too much, not too hard, but just enough that it fills out just these gaps right here of space so that it's the same length. Okay, so this is how the choker came out. So it's literally, ooh, it's too far. There's literally one more step, or technically 2, but one more step for sewing for the choker, which is the little tabby things. So it's going to be the same ones as we did for the bra. And so I'm just going to do like literally the same process. And then after that, then we have to sew the straps, which I am frightened about. Absolutely frightened about, but we'll get through it. All right. I put on the grommet tabs or grommet closure for the choker, and now what I'm doing is just marking where the grommet should go on the grommet panel of the choker. So I first found the middle point of the choker, and then I put 5 points on one side of the choker and then 5 points on the other side of the choker, and then I set in the grommets. So these are all the straps. I made 10 shorter straps that I think were like 10 inches long, and then I made 2 long straps, and then you should make 2 like medium straps for the choker and the bra. I did not make those because I totally forgot, so I'm probably just gonna use some like elastic band or something like that for the back, because y'all ain't gonna see it. Y'all see me make straps before. I will make a separate video so you can refer to that video, but if you watch my Dior swimsuit video, that's where I made straps properly. And so you can check out that video. And don't mind the mess, I just finished doing over 60 grommets. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see. So you got the grommets here really close together, and then 1 grommet on each tab closure, and then have 2 grommets on each closure of the bra, and then 5 grommets on top of this little scoopy-doop thing. So I'm gonna go try this bra on now that the grommets are on and the choker on at the same time, and see the lengths that I need for the straps that go here, because I made straps. I made 10 of these and I want to connect the 2, but I need to know which lengths are what they're supposed to be so that it's the correct length and it fits properly. Okay, so I just came back from trying on the bra and the choker and seeing what the measurements are for the straps. So they are different numbers. What I did is measure from maybe the bra grommet to the correlating choker grommet. So the outermost grommets were measured together, and then so on and so forth until you reach the the inner grommet. So I'm going to flip these to the back. So what I'm going to do is thread the strap through the first grommet at the choker, which is about a 1/2 inch of seam allowance, quote unquote, for threading the strap like that. And then I'm just going to place a pin. Then I'm going to measure from the beginning of the strap through the grommet, and then I'm going to thread it through outermost grommet, the correlating grommet on the bra. Alright, pull it through. So I'm going to measure 6.5 inches from where the grommet is up on the choker, making sure that your finger doesn't leave. If you want to mark it with the pin, then you can. I pulled it through the damn grommet, but I lost my place, so I'm just going to measure it again for like the 3rd time. So I'm going to pull it until my thumb hits the edge of the grommet, and then I'm just going to fold the strap down and then pin it like that. Okay, so it should look something like that. That's how you connect the grommet and from the choker to the bra together. So then I'm going to lightly tack the straps to the inside of the bra and the inside of the choker. Try it on just to make sure that it fits, and then cut off the leftover strap. So we're going to repeat that for all of the grommets. I don't think I want to see blue velvet ever again. Okay, so I pretty much finished sewing all of the straps in on the choker and the bra. So what I had to do, my measurements weren't completely 100% accurate. So what I did is that I sewed all the straps to the choker first, then tried the bra on, and then just adjusted the straps while the bra was on me to get a more accurate measurement. So now what I'm going to do is just cut off the excess elastic, but I'm just going to cut it pretty much to where the cup seam is, just to make sure I have some excess so I can really secure the straps down. But anyway, once that's done, I'm just going to sew all around the ends of the straps to really secure it down. And I think that's it for the bra once that's done. So, we finished the bra and it looks freaking amazing. I love the way that it looks. I'm excited for y'all to see me try it on. The choker was luckily really easy to make. So, if you haven't watched part 1, please watch part 1. If you would like to get the pattern or watch the pattern tutorial of how I drafted this Cardi B out costume, please sign up for my Patreon down below. And I also will have the uncut, well, not really uncut, but the longer version that's just all one video of this transformation as well, along with some like little tidbits and blog posts here and there. If you need any sewing tutorial videos, they'll be linked down below. It might take a while to get there, but they'll be there eventually. So that's pretty much it for this video. It was easy peasy. Luckily, it was really, really quick. So now we get to move on to the final episode or part of this Cardi B up transformation, which will be coming out tomorrow. And then you will also be able to see the final look and all of it put together. So I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, please love yourself, and I will see you next video. Mwah!